channel Competitive Quizzo, and today we are going to deal with the topic biochemistry, and this is going to be the part 1 of this series, and this will continue until we complete the biochemistry portion or the important topics to be covered in biochemistry. This is especially useful for all exams, be it SSC or any other competitive exams related to agriculture or UPSC can be included, and any other competitive exams which include the basic science as a syllabus. So let us continue with this video. Let us go to the first question of this topic. So the first question is, biochemistry is best described as. So the answer to this question is going to be option B, the study of chemical processes within living organisms. Biochemistry is the study of chemical processes within living organisms. Okay. Biochemistry investigates the chemical substances and vital processes occurring in living organisms, bringing the chemistry and biology part of the life. The second question is, who introduced the term biochemistry? The question is, who introduced the term biochemistry? The options are Louis Pasteur, James Sumner, Newberg, Edward Buchner, and Watson and Crick. As we all know, Watson and Crick is DNA, a double helical structure of DNA. The answer to this question is Newberg. The term was coined by Newberg in 1903. Newberg's work helped in differentiating the biochemistry from the general chemistry. Okay, the next question is, the first metabolic pathway elucidated was. The question is, the first metabolic pathway elucidated was. Given options are urea cycle, Krebs cycle, glycolytic pathway, Calvin cycle, or beta oxidation. The correct answer to this question is glycolytic pathway. Emden and Meyerhoff mapped out the glycolytic pathway, which is foundational in biochemistry. Example for the metabolic pathways is breakdown of glucose to produce energy in cells. Glucose is a complex thing which is broken down to give energy, which is in turn formed from simple substances like monomers into glucose. So coming to the next question. Carbohydrates are chemically defined as. Options are polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones, fatty acid esters, polypeptides, polymers of nucleic acid, or polyamines. The answer to this question is polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones. Carbohydrates are organic compounds with hydroxyl groups, that is OH group, and either aldehydes or ketones, that is COOH groups or ketone groups. So coming to the next question. The most abundant biomolecule group in plants is. The question is, most abundant biomolecule group in plants is. The answer to this question is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates make up 50 to 80% of the plant dry mass. The number is to be remembered, 50 to 80% of the dry mass of the plants. Coming to the next question. The structural carbohydrate found in plant cell wall is. The question is, structural carbohydrate found in plant cell walls is. Options are starch, cellulose, glycogen, pectin, insulin. The answer to this question is cellulose. Cellulose is the main structural component in plant cell walls, providing rigidity. Cell walls and rigidity. Coming to the next question. Chitin is found in, chitin, or some pronounce this as chitin, so is found in, given options are plant leaves, animal cells, exoskeleton of insects, mammalian hair, muscle tissue. So the answer to this question is exoskeleton of insects. Chitin is a carbohydrate polymer. The thing is, carbohydrate polymer occurs chiefly in exoskeleton of lower animals. Lower animals is lower strata of animals. So insects is the right answer. Coming to the next question. The storage form of carbohydrates in animals is. The storage form of carbohydrates in animals is. Given options are starch, glycogen, cellulose, insulin, or hemicellulose. The answer to this question is glycogen. Glycogen mobilizes during fasting. The point to be remembered is glycogen mobilizes during fasting. And glycogen is a storage polysaccharide in liver and muscle tissues of animals. Liver and muscle tissues of animals. Coming to the next question. Classification of carbohydrates does not include. The question says does not include. Given options are monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, polysaccharides, steroids, or glycans. The correct answer to this question is steroids. Steroids are not carbohydrates, they are lipids. Coming to the next question. All monosaccharides are. Given options are non-reducing, reducing, structural carbohydrates, nitrogenous, or linear polymers. The correct answer to this question is reducing. They are reducing carbohydrates. All monosaccharides possess free aldehyde or ketone group as discussed in the previous questions, OH groups and CHO groups, which make them reducing sugars. Coming to the next question. The most common storage polysaccharide in plants is. Most common storage polysaccharides in plants is. As discussed in the previous questions, it was animals. Now it is plants. The correct answer to this question is starch. Serves as principal food reserve and is amenable to enzymatic breakdown for energy. Okay, amenable to enzymatic breakdown for energy. Coming to the next question. Monosaccharides can be classified by. Given options are number of double bonds, number of carbon atoms, double bonds or carbon atoms or phosphate groups or amide groups or methyl groups. As discussed in the previous questions, glucose or any carbohydrate contains what? Carbon molecules. So the correct answer to this question is option B. Number of carbon atoms. Based on number of carbon atoms, monosaccharides can be classified as triose, tetrose, pentose, hexose, heptose, etc. These numbers are 3, 4, pentose is 5, hexose is 6, and heptose is 7 carbons. This is indicating the carbon count in the the saccharide, that is polysaccharides or glucose, for example. Glucose is a hexose. The formula is C6H12O6. So 6 carbon atoms. Next question. Deoxy sugars such as 2-deoxyribose occurs in. The correct answer to this question is DNA. As discussed previously, Watson and Crick discovered the double helical structure of DNA, and double helical structure of DNA consists of deoxyribose sugar. Genetic material in cell nucleus is DNA. It consists of deoxyribose sugars, backbone of DNA. Coming to the next question. Sorbitol, a polyol, is manufactured by the reduction of sorbitol is a polyol. Poly is many. So sorbitol contains. The answer to this question is glucose. Sorbitol is a polyol, is manufactured by reduction of glucose. Commercial sorbitol production uses hydrogenation of glucose. Coming to the next question, the last question of this video. The functional groups present in monosaccharides include. Given options are carboxylic and amide, hydroxyl and carbonyl, methyl and phosphate, amine and nitro, phenol and ether. The correct answer to this question is hydroxyl and carbonyl. Monosaccharide feature multiple hydroxyl OH groups and carbonyl C double bond O groups as either aldehydes or ketones. Example, glucose, you can say C6H2O6, has many OH groups and an aldehyde group. So this is the last question of this video, and I hope you found it useful. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. Please like, share and subscribe to this channel for more interesting videos and more content that would be really helpful in your competitive examinations. Okay, let's meet in the next video.